All right. My name is Chuku de Martins Maris, and in this space, I teach you various ways you can be making money from the crypto market, affiliate market, and smart contract projects, right? And also how not to lose money on fake crypto projects and investment platforms. So today, I'll be making an honest review of cluster yield. The question now is cluster yield a legit smart contract project or not? So for us to arrive at a conclusion, we are going to check certain things, all right? So if they're able to meet all these requirements, then they are qualified to be called smart contracts. All right, so the first thing we need to check is we are going to check the front end, we are going to check the website, we're going to check when the website was created, we are going to check the team if they have a team, we are going to check how it works, how the smart contract project works, we are going to check the tokenomics because every smart contract project must have a public tokenomics that anybody can see. We are going to check the audit reports. Are they audited by CETIC? Are they audited by other audit platforms? We are going to check that. We are going to check the contract itself. Do they have a contract address? Is the contract address verified? And is the source code public? We are going to check the source code because it is from the source code that we know if the smart contract operates exactly the way the system indicates and how viable it is. And then we're going to make a very good deep analysis of the source code, all right? And then I will arrive at my final verdict. So I would like you to follow me to the end so that you will understand everything, all right? Like I said, anything I'm saying here is not a financial advice. It is just my own personal opinion and research. So you can also do your own independent research to arrive at your own conclusion. But like I always say, don't allow the market to control you. Rather, be the controller of the market. And like I also say, so it is not about what I say, it is now about what you see. So let's go straight to the point. All right, so we shall be making a review of cluster yield to know if they are really a smart contract project or not. So this is the homepage. All right, this is the homepage of the website. But before we do anything, we are going to check their website to know the date it was created and all that. So we are going to use whois.is. So let's go to whois. As you can see, clusteryield.com updated 5 days ago. So let's refresh this page. All right. Okay, so this is it. So you can see the domain name is clusteryi.com and then registered on 2025 April 24. So this website was created on 24th of April 2025. All right, and then it will expire on 24th of April 2026, and then it was updated on 30th of April 2025, which means this is a new project, right? This project is a new project. Okay, so that is one thing you should take note of. This is a new project. All right, so that is the first thing we are to check. All right, so let's go back to the website. Okay, so let's go back to the website. All right, and then the team. Who are the team of developers that are working with this particular project? All right, so let's go and check them out. So I am okay. So if you click on the contact button on the website, it will redirect you to this Telegram uh um account. All right, this is a Telegram channel. All right, so you can just click on view channel to view the channel, and you see this channel just have 363 subscribers. All right, so which means that they are still new. All right, they are still new, trying to get more people into this project. And then you also have Dev Marcos, who is an admin of this particular project. If you click on it, it will also redirect you to that person, to the developers uh, um, um, Telegram channel. And then if you click on community, all right, so let's click on community. All right, 6,492 members building passive income through our 17 level investment based system and AI powered trading. All right, so this project does two things according to what you can see here. The first thing they do is that they pay you when you invest money with them. They will be paying you some percentage per day, and then the next thing they do is that you can also trade with their platform and make money. This is how it works. All right, this is how it works. So the next thing, and they said that they pay up to 17 level. All right, so they pay up to 17 generation. All right, okay, so that is that on that. So let's check. The next thing we are going to check now is how much they pay. All right, how much they pay. Okay, so how do we know how much they pay? Let's go to the white paper. So let's click on the white paper to know how much they pay. Okay, so you can see here AI trading engine, daily rewards, 17 level investment based. Okay, so let's just scroll down. Okay, so you can see the investment plan, 7-day plan. They pay 0.7%, and they pay you 10 USDT every and they will lock it for 7 days. All right, which will give you 4.9%. 14-day plan, they pay 0.9%, and then the minimum you can invest is 50 USDT. They lock it for 14 days, and at the end of the 14 days you get 12.6. 30 days plan, 100 USDT. 30 days 33%. 60-day plan 1.3, 500 USDT minimum. 60 days 78%. 90-day plan 1.5%, 2,500 USDT. 90 days 135% for 90 days. 20-day plan 2%, 5,000 USDT minimum. 120 days 240%. 150-day plan 2.5 percent, 10,000 USDT. 150 days 375. 180-day plan 2.8%, 25,000 USDT. 180 days 504. All right, so the question you need to ask yourself is, for them to be paying this high percentage, how do they earn their money? All right, so from their contract, we are going to find out how they earn their money to be paying such amount. Because personally, starting from 1% is already a massive amount of money for me. Even 0.7% is not small amount of money to be paid daily by a smart contract project. All right, so we are going to find out what is the source of revenue for them to pay this, to be paying this, and we are going to find that out from their source code. All right, from their source code. Okay, so that is that. Then the next thing we are going to check is, do they have audit report? Are they audited by static or other ones? All right, so let's find out if they are audited. Okay, so if you click on security audit, if you click on security audit, you can see that they are audited by dapaudit.pro report, Health Crypto Audit, and then they are also audited by CETIC. Okay, so let's go to CETIC and check it out. All right, so this is CETIC. Okay, so you can see that ClusterYield is audited by CETIC. All right, so you can see here CETIC audit is ticked, so which means that they are audited. All right, so and they are also audited by uh, dapaudit.pro. All right, so you can see it here. ClusterYield audited on June 24, 2025. Network BNB chain status passed. All right, summary, you can read them up. You can see that this is their contract address, so we are still going to check the contract address. All right, so contract statistics: 2,164 users, total invested 149,000, 1,491,128 USDT. Total withdrawn 504,854 USDT. All right, so these are the things in the past. Okay, um okay, re-entrancy protection passed, overflow, underflow passed, owner withdrawal rights not possible, ownership renounced according to this platform, tx.origin usage not used, timestamp dependencies. All right, so you can take your time. So the bottom line is that they are audited by DAUAI DIT. All right, and then they are also audited by Haze Crypto. All right, so Haze Crypto, let's check Haze Crypto. All right, so you can see ClusterYield here. Okay, so you can see that they are audited here as well. Okay, so that is that, and then you can see the contract address that is audited here. Okay, you can see the audited contract address here, which is their contract address. This is their contract address. Okay, so now we are going to check the contract address itself. All right, so we're going to check the contract. Is this contract verified? If you go below, you can see here, they say contract is ticked, which means this contract address is verified. It's verified by Binance Smart Chain, and and um and you can see that they have their source code public. All right, anybody can read their code. Their source code is public, so if you understand the code, you can easily detect, you can easily know if this project is operating the way the website is. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to be analyzing the source code. All right, since they have passed every other things, they have passed all the tests, the website is functional, the date of creation is known, the team is known. We already see how it works. We have already seen the tokenomics, which you can see from the website. You can also see that they are audited by three platforms, including Cetic, which is the most prominent auditing platform you can think about in terms of smart contract. And then they have contract address, which is passed. It is verified, passed. The source code is public, all right, which of course qualifies them to be smart contract. But there are also some things you need to consider, which we are going to be checking on the source code. Right, so let's go straight to it. Right, so let's go straight to it. All right, there are some things I discovered from the source code, right, which I would like you to pay very attention to. Number one is fee versus reward mismatch. All right, from the source code, I discovered that the transaction fees is sent to owner's wallet. All right, and but the your earnings are still calculated from your deposit. Okay, that is going to be a shortfall if they don't do anything about that. And the owner can freely move funds to a trading bot. I stated initially that they have a trading bot. Now I discovered that the owner can easily move funds to a trading bot. You can take your time to check this source code. You understand what I'm talking about? All right, the owner can easily move funds to a trading bot, which means that the owner can easily send money out from that project. Okay, so and that is going to affect the deep referral program, which is 17 level payment, from paying up to 2.8% profit per day without a solid revenue. The system may suffer losses in future and may not be able to pay users again. All right, so that is one thing I discovered there. And then another thing, you can see, you can read this line 433. This function transfer to bot unit 256 amount external only owner. this means that the owner can easily move USDT to the trading bots. Okay. Eh, okay, so that is it. The owner can easily move USDT to the trading bot. That means the owner can easily move money from the contract to another wallet, a trading bot, which automatically will bring a liability to the contract. And if it is not curtailed with multi-sig, the system may probably not be able to pay users because the owner still have control to move money from that wallet address to another. So for this project to be to develop a high level of trust, they need to work on that aspect as well. All right. So another thing is unlimited reward accrual. Like I said initially, that the 2.8% daily is too much. That is enormous amount of money. Okay, and there is no viable source of revenue that will generate such amount, because even in your making deposit, the deposit fee goes to the owner. All right, so and your revenue is being calculated with the amount you are depositing. That means you are getting paid from the money that is being generated from deposit of users. That is what it means. So um it is going to be a very big issue in future if they don't work on their revenue, on how to generate revenue to pay users. Because if a system is paying close to almost 80%, 200% in few days or in few months to users, in 2 months or 3 months to users, almost 200% to users without a strong source of revenue, at a stage that project will lack liquidity and the system will suffer and the users will not be able to be paid. Another thing also is this function of pay referral commission. Okay, pay referral commission. As you can see, it is expected that they have a different fund that will be used to pay referral commission, but all the money that is being paid both for referral commission is still coming from deposit. All right, which will bring more problem to the system and may lead to lack of funds, because the money that you are being paid from referral is still from the contract balance. All right, so the only way they can resolve this is either they fix a particular amount that users, those who are joining, will be charged, so that that money that they are being charged will be used to pay user. But if they are still getting paid from the same amount without getting charged, then it is a very big issue to the system. All right. So there are a lot of other issues also which I discovered, but the summary of everything I'm saying here is that number one, they don't have a strong source of revenue that generates the money apart from the transaction fees, which goes to the wallet of the owner. So if the transaction fee go to the wallet of the owner, the money you are being paid is still coming from the balance you are depositing. That is a typical Ponzi scheme. All right. To be very realistic with you, that is a Ponzi scheme. So the project owner should come and tell us how they generate the revenue, and they should show us on the source code so that we'll find out. All right, that is number one. Number two, the critical aspect of this, which is the liquidity, the contract, and the is being controlled by the owner. So the owner can easily move money from that contract balance to another wallet without any intervention. No multi-sign. Like, the owner have the full control of the liquidity. That is why in the system you place withdrawal before the money reflects in your wallet. So the owner still have control of the liquidity. All right. So and the owner can easily, like I said earlier, owner can easily transfer funds from that contract address to the trading board. So like I said, these are critical issues they need to fix before we can come back and say yes, they have done very well. But as it stands now, even though they are audited by all these platforms, they still have owner control, which is the critical aspect of a smart contract project. If you go and read those reviews, you will also discover that. So even like I said, this may not be an absolute, but let me still copy this contract address and check in another platform that will scan it and tell us the final verdict. So we are going to use Solidity Scan to scan this contract address. So you can see the contract address. All right, so we're going to scan it, and Solidity Scan will give us all the detailed information about this project. All right, so you can see your contract is being validated. So after the scan, we'll come back and arrive at our conclusion. All right, if the project, like I said, yeah, they met all the requirements of a smart contract project, even though they lack certain things. So this scan is over. You can see that the security score is at 6.48, which is amazing. But there are about 336 total vulnerabilities found. All right, so this is a moderate risk. So it is not, the risk is not so severe for this smart contract project. And okay, you see the source code is verified. Of course, we verify the source code. Presence meeting function ticked. Presence bond function, which is beneficial, ticked. And then Solidity Pragma version. Okay, the contract can be compiled with an older Solidity version. All right, proxy based upgradable contract, ticked. Owner cannot blacklist token or user. The owner of this contract cannot blacklist the users or any token. Okay, and it is ERC20 token. Possible contracts, they pass it, it cannot be paused. But there is an issue. This is the issue I have been talking about: critical administrative function. Critical functions that add, update, or delete uh, owner/admin addresses are detected. All right, these functions control the ownership of the contract and allow privileged users to add, update, or delete owner or administrative addresses. Owners are usually allowed to control all the critical aspects of the contract. So, and this is the aspect I'm talking about, that the owner can easily move funds because they have access to these critical functions. All right, renounce ownership. The administrator has not renounced their ownership. All right, so you can see the owner's address, you can see the owner's contract wallet address here. You can see the owner's contract address here. So which means the ownership of this contract is not renounced, which means the owner can still move money from that contract, smart contract project, to another thing, to any wallet. All right, so overpowered owners. The contract are using 6 functions that can only be called by the owners. Giving too many privileges to the owners via critical functions might put the user's funds at risk. The owners are compromised, or if a rug pulling attack happens. So the owner of this project can rug pull you at any time because they have control. So if you want to invest on this project, I will not tell you not to invest, but you need to be very careful. And as you're investing, invest what you can afford to lose. So that is the end. Thank you so much. And my final verdict is that yes, it is a smart contract project, but they still have a lot of loopholes they need to fix before I can tell you to invest on it. Even though it is a new project and anything can happen, they may update or make some changes, but for now, the ownership of this contract is not revoked. Thank you.